ಹಾಯ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಮೆಹರುನಿಸಾ ಬೇಗಂ. ನಾನು ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ಲಿ KAS ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದು, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ದು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು 10 ಕ್ವಶನ್ FDA 2019 ಪೇಪರ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು 11ನೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ನಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ದ 11th ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಈಸ್, ದ ಶಿಮ್ಲಾ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ 1972 ವಾಸ್ ಸೈನ್ಡ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ದಿ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್? Option 1 India and Pakistan, Option 2 India and China, Option 3 India and Nepal, Option 4 India and Sri Lanka. And the answer is Option 1 India and Pakistan. And the agreement is related to creation of Bangladesh. During that time the Prime Minister of India was Indira Gandhi and the Prime Minister of Pakistan was Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. So this is how we need to know much more details about the questions which have been asked. Now the next question is, the directive principles were borrowed from the constitution of which of the following countries? Here the option given are USA, England, France, Ireland. As you know, the answer is Ireland. And DPSC is in the constitution of part 4, and the articles which deals with DPSP are from 36 to 51. And as you know, there are classification of DPSP like social, intellectual and Gandhian principles. You go through it, and we need to little bit know the things which we have borrowed from which of the countries. Like from the Irish, already question has been asked, DPSP we have borrowed, and from the French constitution we have borrowed principles of liberty, equality and fraternity. And most of the things we borrowed from British constitution. First past the post, that is the election of prime minister and president. Then parliamentary form of government which we have in India, and the idea of rule of law, institution of speaker and law making procedure. These all we borrowed from British. And what we borrowed from Canadian constitution, that is federal system with strong central government and the idea of residual powers. Now next, from the USA constitution we borrowed fundamental rights, judicial review and independence of judiciary. These all the things we borrowed from. Some of the major things which we borrowed in the constitution we have seen. Like this you need to study. Then next question is, which among the following articles of the constitution abolishes untouchability? Options here are Article 14, Article 19, Article 17, Article 21A. And as you know, the answer is Article 17. Now the main thing what we need to know is what Article 14 deals with. Article 14 deals with equality. Then Article 19 which deals with freedom of speech, and Article 21A deals with right to education. So these kind of important articles we must know. Like we have fundamental rights. In that, very 6 major fundamental rights we have. These are very important articles one must know. Right to equality which deals from Article 14 to 18. Right to freedom which deals from Article 19 to 22. Right against exploitation deals from Article 23 to 24. And right to freedom of religion deals with Article 25 to 28. Cultural and educational rights deals from Article 29 to 30. And the right to constitutional remedies is also Article 32, which we need to focus on these kind of articles. In many of the exams they will definitely ask about which article deals with what. So just look after the articles as well. Now the next question is, first chief election commissioner of India was? Here the option given are R.K. Trivedi, Sukumar Sen, K.V.K. Sundaram, T.N. Seshan. Now the answer is Sukumar Sen was our first CEC, Chief Election Commissioner of India. But presently our current CEC, he is 25th CEC of India, Shri Rajiv Kumar. This is we need to know, because nowadays elections are going on some of these states. That's why it's important to know who is our CEC. And at the same time know SEC also, State Election Commissioner also. Now our next question is, who gives recognition to political parties in India? Whether here this kind of a questions little bit tricky and a little bit confusing as well. So you need to have a clear cut idea about who will give recognition to political parties. Now we will go through the options. That is option 1 Parliament, Option 2, Election Commission. 3, President of India. 4, Chief Justice of India. Here the answer is Election Commissioner, who will give recognition to political parties. Now next question is, what is the number of permanent member of UN Security Council? As we know, in United Nations organization we have United Nations Security Council, which consists of 5 members. Here the option is 3, 4, 5, 6, but you know that there are 5 permanent member in that. Those are USA, Russia, China, France and England. And India is not the permanent member of UNSC. You should remember. And the issue going is, India wants to become a permanent member of UNSC. So you need to focus on this area also. Then next question is, when was anti-defection law passed? Anti-defection law passed through 52nd Amendment Act during 1985 through 10th schedule. They have added the 10th schedule in the constitution. Now our options are 1975, 1985, 1987, 1990. We have already seen, that is the answer is 1985. Again the next question is, who is the present CEC of India? See, we have already discussed and the same question has been asked here, but during that time the option given here, Om Prakash Rawat, Sunil Arora, T.N. Seshan and Nasim Zaidi. So that time the CEC was Sunil Arora. Now currently Rajiv Kumar, he is the 25th Chief Election Commissioner of India. So like this you need to focus on the analysis of paper. If the President of India wants to resign, he has to hand over his resignation letter to. The option given here, if President ನ ರಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ರೆಸಿಗ್ನೇಷನ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ? ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್, ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ವೈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಚೀಫ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಈ ಥರ ಮತ್ತೆ ವೈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ರಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಆ ಥರ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಥರ PM ರೆಸಿಗ್ನೇಷನ್, CGI ರೆಸಿಗ್ನೇಷನ್, ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Now our next question is, to which of the following authorities does the Public Account Committee submit its report in India? So constitution ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ, ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ, ಈ ಥರ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಮಿಟೀಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾವ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವರು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಇದು ಕಮಿಟಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ನ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್, ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್, ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್, ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಡಿಟರ್ ಜನರಲ್. And the answer is Parliament. Public Account Committee submit its reports to Parliament. Public Account Committee consists of 12 members, in which 15 members are from Lok Sabha, 7 members are from Rajya Sabha. So like this, even the Estimate Committee, which has the highest member in the committee, that is the largest committee we say, which deals with finance, which has 31 members. Thank you guys. Today we have done with the 10 questions. Thank you so much, and same we will continue in our next video as well.